Live with today's stream. It is Sunday. We're starting with Animal Crossing because it's June and we have the fishing tourney. We're going to be going until 6 p.m. today and then doing a sub request stream after, which will be Pokemon Blue, if I'm feeling up to it still after, streaming for however long until that time. If I'm still like, let's keep going, we'll do a sub request stream after. But we'll see how it goes. For now, Animal Crossing. Let me just share that on all the social medias. Because, we got a lot to do today. Sunday, so turnips. Sunday in June, so fishing tourney. And Gracie's coming to town today. So, without further ado, let's just jump right in. Get started. Okay. Claude. June 6th, yeah. Wait. What time did he say it was? Just realized I should have been paying more attention. Okay, yeah, fishing tourney is about to begin. 10:25. Okay, that makes sense. I was just realizing, the power went out last night because of thunderstorm. I'm like, would that affect the Wii's clock? But no. We're it's about 5 minutes off, but that's, what it was. So, no worries there. Okay, museum has a dinosaur egg for me. Good stuff. And, I think that was a skull of a plesiosaur. Just kind of open and close it really quickly. Yeah, plesio skull. And an Apatosaurus torso. Good stuff. From home. Oh yeah, okay. From HRA, yeah. Tom Nook sending me a green share that I ordered for my Islander. And Tom Nook is selling a stunning green desk today. Okay, my gyro has all stuff in it because we didn't play as any character yesterday to pick that stuff up. I'm just going to put the chair over here for now. We'll go grab it when we're heading to the island. And, yeah. Let's get right into our daily stuff. June 3rd, we already found that 3 days ago. So that's all good in the neighborhood. And we're off to the races. Well, not actual races, but, we have to keep an eye open for, Purple Butterfly and the whatchamacallit, Pond Skater for insects. Fish, we're not going to worry about until after we're done with turnip market stuff. Hey Pierce, how's it going? Fishing is something you do alone. Okay, good to know. Hey Claude. Good luck with that, good luck. And Chip, I'll listen. Let's see, take place every Sunday, yeah. Hour 6 a.m. and 6 p.m., so we're already late to start, but that's going to just be the case every day. We're not starting at 6 a.m. Okay. Eat or measure it for you. Good stuff. Sure. Uh-huh. Yeah. Good to know. Uh-huh. Sure, keep going. Uh-huh. Good stuff. Understood. Yeah, you're hungry. We get it. You like fish. Okay. Not yet. 16 inches right now. Okay. Caught by Kit. Good to know. Probably. Oh, also, probably check if there's anyone new in town. Probably not. And no, not. Yeah. That makes sense. Because it hasn't been 24 hours since we last played. So that makes sense. There wouldn't be someone new as of yet. Ooh, we're finding our fossils nice and early today, at least the first two. Feels like lately we're, you know, not even finding any before we get to Nooks, and today we've already found two before we're even hitting our first money or our first rock to check for if it's the money rock. And we've got ourselves our money rock already, which is actually kind of good, considering I'm very low on funds at the moment as a result of yesterday's escapades. Yeah, notice I'm... Yeah, I was at just 1,640. And it doesn't matter too much these days, actually, because now that we're not buying out Nooks for the raffle tickets, we don't need to make sure we have enough money to, you know, buy out Nooks when we get there. So, if I really need to, I could always withdraw from my savings, but... I mean, Sunday is the one day I do actually withdraw from my savings just for buying turnips, so we're going to be doing that yet. Okay, we don't need to keep checking rocks, because we already got the money rock, which is nice on a day like today where, at least for now, we're rushing because, you know, turnip market stuff. You only have until 12 to buy turnips, and with the late start, I'm not full of beans, no. But I got stuff to do. Looks great. Exactly. All that matters is what is that you like it. Okay. I feel like I often get stuck going behind her house on that tree back there. We've already got 3 fossils. Hey, squirrel, welcome in. Yes, it is. I dug it up on June 1st, like on the island, just by like coincidence. And I'm like, okay, this is the perfect shirt to wear for Pride Month. Yeah. I mean, once we're done June, I'll probably switch out to a different shirt because, like, you know me, I like the more like, the one I like. Well, I like the more Nintendo themed ones, like, you know, the Lilla Bro shirt, the Luigi one, which I have, and Big Bro shirt when I eventually get it in. I think that becomes available in fall. But for now, for this month, this is a good option. How's it going? How are you doing this morning? Sell those. Nice. My money is getting closer to my, like, 30,000 I like it to be at. Okay, let's see if there's anything we need up here. Don't think so, but let's check it out just to be sure. A speed sign. Stayed up until 2 a.m. playing a drawing game. Oof. I was up later than I should have been, but not that much later. Okay, don't need that. Blue chair. Now, I was awake maybe till that late. I don't really know how late I was awake because there was a thunderstorm going on and that was making it hard to fall asleep. But also, power went out for a while there, so, you know, so my alarm clock wasn't on, so I'm not quite sure how late I was awake. Nope, don't need a potbelly stove. Green desk, pretty sure I don't need that. And I don't. What is this one? Azalea bonsai. Nope. And then that's like a mossy stone. Yeah. Don't think I need that one. Nope, so no furniture here for me. First one to leave, they kept playing. Made 2 a.m. your limit or you stay up way too long. Yeah, I've definitely had nights, especially like just, you know, you're playing a game or you're watching YouTube videos or you're doing something or whatever. You're just like, you know, if it's YouTube videos, oh, just one more video. Or, you know, you're playing a game, depending on what kind of game, it's like, you know, one more turn or, you know, just like one more whatever level, one more whatever. And all of a sudden, before you know it, it's like, you know, the sun's coming up. And you're like, oh, definitely had that happen. That I haven't had happen recently. Like, I haven't been up till, like, sunrise anytime, like, recently. But the past, it's definitely been a thing that's happened. Yeah, I'm trying to get better, though, about not even, like, you know... I guess 2 a.m. is kind of my soft limit that I try for. I don't have it, like, as a set, like... I have it set as don't stay up past 2 a.m., but that's kind of where I'm starting to be like, okay, Eric, like, wrap it up, let's get to bed. Sometimes I still don't listen, but, like, that's, you know, what I try. Right when I'm like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. Okay, okay, nothing here for us today. Okay. But yeah. It's nice that I have all the raffle prizes that I don't need to be, you know, buying everything out at Nooks. YouTube's your real vice. Keep doing nothing because you've been sucked into watching murder mystery. Oh yeah. Yeah, see, I just go and, like, watch various videos on my recommended videos, which is often stuff like, well, it's often clips from various TV shows, or Cracking the Cryptic, although those ones, if it's later, I'm better about avoiding, because those are longer videos, plus it's where they're solving difficult Sudoku, so I'll often also, like, pause the video and try to do it myself, which means, like, a half-hour video can turn into, like, an hour and a half of time spent, and because, you know, if it's a half-hour video, I'm probably taking, like, an hour myself to do it, at least. What am I looking for? Clothing list. And if it's, like, a longer one... I mean, if it's a longer one, I'm more likely going to be, like, trying to solve it as I watch. The shorter ones, I'll often just pause it at the beginning, solve it all the way through, and then watch the video to see how they solve it. The longer ones, I'm just, you know, keep watching because I keep getting stuck. But, yeah. Pierce we already saw. He's over fishing. Robin, though, is right here. Didn't mean to dig that hole. Entertain me. Yeah, Okay, who's dating who, who's mad at who, and who's... Well, I'm not dating anyone, and I'm not specifically mad at anyone at this moment. Sure, I noticed that. Some of it. I'll never be nearly as popular as you are. Oh, okay, that's fine. Pally MP at the post office. Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah, we're keeping our eyes open for the Pond Skater and the Purple Butterfly, both of which were ones that you had caught the other day that I'm still have yet to catch. And we've already found 4 fossils today, which is likely all we're finding because we've had like one that's been missing that we haven't been able to find for like over a month at this point. I've just kind of given up on us finding 5 fossils ever again. Oh, and here's Gracie. Okay, so for anyone unaware of how stuff with Gracie works, it's basically a minigame where you wash your car by rapidly pressing the A button. I'm not good at that, so I do a trick where I rub a pen over it, but it can be really noisy, so I always turn off my mic while I'm doing it. Spent ages trying to catch a mosquito. Mosquitoes are easier to find in the evening, and I find that I have no trouble finding mosquitoes all the time. But yeah, so I'm going to turn off the mic. Okay, I'm going to turn off the mic now, and then we're going to try for this. Okay, so bad news is this is just a so-so job. Didn't do it fast enough. So we just get a normal piece of clothing, not a Gracie exclusive piece of clothing. We can try this 2 more times today, but with other characters. You can only do once per character, but 3 times overall. What did she give me though? A rally shirt. Is that at least something I need? I don't think so. Clothing. Nope. It's too bad. I was hoping to get, because if we manage to get 3 like of her exclusive pieces of clothing today, and manage to get the remaining summer clothing we need, we would be at exactly 200, I believe. So sadly, we'll have to wait until either her next visit or until we hit fall to get to 200. Oh, he saw Peach. Okay. Oh, they do grow in the... Peaches grow in this town. I planted them myself. There's tons of peach trees in the town. Is that even... No, this is Apple Acre. Peaches are, I think, over in these acres. But, yeah. He's just trying to scam me. Okay, we'll be back to wash Gracie's car later with other characters to try and get some of her exclusive outfits. And by later, I mean like sometime in the afternoon. Because we still need to buy turnips yet. And we're only going to have like limited time to do that today. Anything lost? Yeah, something lost. Yeah, I don't have to worry about asking about Visitor, because, you know, we've already found Gracie at clothing again. Let's... You are here shirt. I don't think I need that. No, I don't need anything starting with the letter U. Awesome. Yeah, I never managed to do it. Yeah, like I said, I can't do it with just like tapping the A button, so the pen trick is rubbing a pen over the A button is what I have to do to manage it. And even then, as you just saw, I still don't always get it fast enough with the pen trick. So, and it also took me a few attempts of doing it with a pen to even be able to do it the first time. But it's definitely a lot easier than trying to rapidly press A in my books, so I would recommend giving that a try. And seeing if you can get that working out. Yeah. Because I'm going for, 100%, I don't have the option of not get... I mean, there is... I think you can get Gracie outfits from Wisp. Involves staying up late, though. Hey, Tortimer. When you were a youngster, yeah. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you cook the fish. Exactly. Well, and we got the Angler Trophy. So let us... bring up our furniture list. And we got the Angler Trophy. Oof, that's nice. I think right near the top of the list. Only 2 things left, starting with the letter A. Awesome possum. And then also, actually, let's edit our holiday list, as we have now gotten Angler Trophy. We can take... although I should add, because since you can apparently get clothing as well, as I learned when watching you playing yesterday. Or yes, 2 days ago? 2 days ago. So, I'm just gonna make that list. Oh, why is that not? Oh, there we go. I think it's lined up properly. Actually, wait. No. Okay, go back to our standard percentage list. Okay, so we've already made our progress. We made some progress for today. Oh, is there somebody back here? Curly. Hey, Curly. Gonna wait until next Friday to find out if you won the fishing tourney. Okay. Well, fingers crossed. How dare you, Curly? What color did you paint it? I liked the color. It was the color I wanted. Hey, Grand Goober, welcome in. Going good, going well. Just started up for the day, like, what, 24 minutes ago? A bit of a later start than I intended, but didn't get much sleep last night, so, you know how it goes. How are things? Everything is perfect. Trantor's a very livable place. I love that. Yeah, how's your day going? How are you doing to this fine Sunday? We haven't seen... I haven't seen, Joan yet, weirdly. We're almost done our exploration of town. We're into our final quadrant. Okay. Curly we already talked to. We're not going to talk to our camper here, but I just wanted to check if it was the same person as yesterday, and it is. That makes sense. We'll definitely go talk to her later, but at the moment we don't want to risk her taking this or like all of our money again or anything. Hey, Ward Jr. Let's... Care to chat? Yeah. Don't see Doc anywhere. Not in right now. Is he fishing? Maybe. Yes. Kit said this was a good spot. Made Kit promise to buy me dinner if you don't catch a whopper. Oh yeah. Doc thinks this is... Okay, so... Talk to everybody that lives over there. Talk to Curly. Kids. Talk to Claude. So you still need to talk to Bubbles and Chow. And we still need to find the glowing spot. We haven't seen that yet today. And we still haven't seen Joan. She can be on one of these acres down here, though, and probably... Well, I mean, here she is. Okay. Yeah. No, I know exactly how it works. That's how I'm at nearly 73 million bells. 74 bells. That sounds promising. Okay. We are gonna go to my other... Don't worry. I'm gonna play. I just need to check what you're selling them for in my other town before I decide where I'm buying them. You know, gotta maximize them gains after all. You buy cheap. Oh, here's the glowing spot. Just bought turnips for 95 bells, hoping for increased spike patterns. Yeah. See, I have two towns, so what I always do is buy in whichever town has them cheaper, and then wait to see which town gets a spike first. And if they both get a spike the same day, then whichever town, you know. Huh, I wonder where Bubbles is. Haven't seen her. Yeah. Sell in whichever town has, you know, the higher price if they both get a spike the same day. There's Chow. We haven't seen Bubbles, though. Weird. I don't think we saw Bubbles. Yeah, who does care what society's rules? I mean, maybe because you moved out of Praetoris, you know. Okay. Wait. I don't remember which day he moved in here, because I thought he was a new villager, not somebody who moved in from my other town. But maybe I'm just misremembering. My memory is far from perfect. That's why I keep lists to keep track of, like, everything. Okay, brown could be worse. Obviously, I want it to be red again, but for all the colors he could have painted, brown is far from the worst. There we go. Let's drop that down there, sell the rest of this clothing, and then we'll head over to my other town and see what the turnip prices are like over there. Now, the fact that it's 74 here, I think that's what it was, right? 74? Oh, I still need to send my mail. Wait. Let's go do that first as well. So we have 74 turnip price here. Means I'll probably be buying here. Because that's, like, it can definitely be cheaper. Like, I've seen turnips go for as cheap as, like, I think 50 something in this game. But, you know, as high as like 130 or at least close to that, so so more likely it's going to be, you know, odds are that it's going to be, they're going to cost more over my other town. Which means I'm, yeah, probably going to buy them here and then hopefully sell them in my other town during the week, since bigger price that Joan is selling them for means bigger potential price spike during the week. But that's assuming we get a price spike, which is why obviously even if we get a price spike in the tower, it's going to be less. We're going to go for that town if it happens there first. It's only if we get in both towns at the same day that we go for the one where it's going to be more. Because any price spike you get, you go for, just because you don't know that you're going to get a price spike in the other town. And while Turnip Market is inherently a gamble, you want to do what you can to maximize your success. So yeah. Okay. I mean, that's how we've got up to, you know, nearly 73 million bells at this point. And in I do in fact, yes. My plan is to eventually 100% all of them. My plan is to go with this one until I've finished it, then move on to Wild World on the DS, do that one until I have 100% of that, move on to City Folk on the Wii, same thing, then New Leaf on the 3DS, same thing, then New Horizons on the Switch, same thing, and then we'll see where we're at with the series, if there's another new main game by that point, which there very well might be, because I expect each game to take me a minimum of a year and probably a lot more. But once we're caught, if yeah, any new ones, move on to those. If we do eventually get fully caught up on the main games, I then plan to also go through all the spin-offs. Which those will, at least some of them will take me significantly less time, like, I mean, Animal Crossing Clock and Animal Crossing Calculator aren't even really games. Animal Crossing Plaza, those are all just apps, so those will be, like, super easy, I'm assuming. Depending on how much game elements they have built in, but Happy Home Designer, Amiibo Festival, and Pocket Camp, that one could take forever. But, you know. Okay, so let's quickly... we found that, yes. Okay. We need to check for Joan, so we're going to be doing a full sweep of town. And yeah. Okay, we got... got some furniture here, which is a barrel, which I don't think I need. Nope. So that's just being collected to sell, and a retro umbrella. We know we don't need any of the umbrellas. We've got them all already. We'll just bring the... we'll leave the furniture list open because we're going to be checking that right away as we enter into Nooks. like to sell those two things. A whole 290 bells. Wow. We're rich, folks. We are rich. Wait, I need to check what color paint we had in my main town. Just at a quick glance, I don't think I need anything here, but let's check to make sure. Let's confirm. A modern sofa. I think we're good on the modern series, right? We got everything? Yes. Okay, now what kind of stone is this? Garden stone, I'm pretty sure I've got... Yeah. Then I think that's a corn plant next. Yeah, corn plant we've got. Okay, we've got 1 hour left to buy turnips, so we need to be quick. Jasmine, bonsai, we've got. Track model, we've got. And is that standing stone? Yeah, standing stone. Which we've got. Okay, awesome. We've got all the furniture here. Pretty sure we've got all the clothing as well, but again, let's just be on the safe side and check to make sure. Desert camo, we should have, yes. We need the desert shirt, but we don't get that, can't get that till winter. Speedway shirt, we've got. Optical shirt, we've got. Number 1 shirt, we've got. And I think that last one's the turnip top. Turnip top, yes, which we've got. Okay. So yeah, nothing new in either nooks today. That's fine. We've already made progress. We got the angler trophy, thanks to it being the fishing tourney. So we've already made progress for the day via that. But of course, turnip market means we're going to be... Well, I mean, I guess buying turnips isn't itself progress. You have to actually sell them to be making the progress. Ooh, what does Tormor when you're in another town say? You're in a town... Ah, yes. Okay. Doesn't even mention that it's the fishing tourney. Because a lot of holidays, I know, when you're visiting from another town, he'll mention the holiday and he's like, if you were from this town, I'd give you something, but you're not, so I won't, or something like along those lines. Not those exact words, but that basic thing. Yeah, so while we're running around, yeah, so like I was saying about 100%ing, 100% all of the Animal Crossing games. And if I eventually get caught up on 100%ing all of the Animal Crossing games, including spin-offs, then we'll choose another series to go work on 100%ing. Yeah. Yeah, just need to get it added to the catalog. If it's stuff that you can't order from the catalog, I do try to keep it. I wasn't as consistent with that as I should have been early on, so there are some things that aren't in my catalog, or that are in my catalog as can't order, and I don't actually physically have them. But I'm... Oh, there we go, there's Joan. But I'm trying to, you know, keep that stuff on hand in some manner or another. Okay, what are you selling for? 103, yeah, we're buying in my other town. Awesome. My main town. So then we'll just quickly finish up here, head back, and buy some turnips. And like, one of the things I do is actually, I don't know if you're at all familiar, I can't remember if you're at all familiar with GameCube Animal Crossing, and if so, if you're familiar with the Game Boy Advance island. there's a trick there with burying furniture there and getting your islander to replace it with other furniture. You can also do the same thing with clothing for clothing, gyroids for gyroids, which is how I have them all, carpets for carpets, wallpaper for wallpaper. 1 second here. Katrina on Tuesday, right? Right, okay. So what I do there is I just go dig stuff up. It's like, oh, new thing, and then right away rebury it so I can get it changed, because you just need to have it for, like, you know, in your inventory for any amount of time, and then it's added to your catalog. Okay, nothing new here. Backyard lawn. And a fossil. Just taking them to clear out the lost and found. Fossil we're just going to drop right outside here. The backyard lawn we'll keep just so we can go sell it. Okay, then just one last thing we need to do in town, which is check if Gulliver is randomly here. Yeah, so for clothing, for instance, I'm trying to keep all of the Gracie clothing because of the fact that that's stuff you can only get from Gracie, so you can't order it. For, like, furniture, like the holiday stuff, or the stuff you get from Gulliver. In fact, the stuff you get from Gulliver, I actually, 1 second. I'm actually keeping at one of the houses here in this town. Which I'm just going to quickly go show you. So, like, here, you know, you have all this Gulliver stuff in here. I don't think I have anything in the basement, do I? No, basement's empty, upstairs is also empty. I think. Yeah. And then also, I'm trying to... Now, so I got all the gyroids. Those are also things you can't order from the catalog. But having got them all in my catalog for my main character, I'm also trying to build up a collection now of all of them in here. It'll also be in the basement, because basically between the upstairs and the basement, well, each floor has 64 spots, so 128 total. There's 127 gyroids. So that one spot back there with the box, you know, brings us up to 128, because I don't feel like digging back my way back there. I think Slicer's house is empty, though. I don't think I've put I'm using that for storing anything yet. Yep, just one big ol' empty house. Eventually, I wouldn't mind having, like, literally every piece of furniture, wallpaper, carpet, clothing, item, stationery, gyroid, fossil stored in somebody's house somewhere. Because, I mean, eventually I'll have 15 towns, or maybe 18 towns. So, plenty of characters for storing, like, one of everything or whatever somewhere. Honestly, more than enough, thinking about it. And the reason I'm going to have 15 towns, so this train station here you see is made out of stone, or brick, or whatever. You can also have train stations made out of metal, or made out of wood. Each train station has 3 possible color five possible color variations. So in total, there's 15 different types of train stations. Each train station has a model that you can get, and they're called Train Station Model 1, Train Station Model 2, up through Train Station Model 15. And on your town day, so like here in Pretoris, it would be Pretoris Day. In Trantor, there's Trantor Day. It's a random day in July that's decided when you create your town. On that day, Tortimer gives you a train station model of whichever train station you have in your town. So in order to get all 15, you need 15 towns, one with each different train station. So eventually I need to get a total 15 towns, but that means having a total 15 memory cards, which that costs money, which is why I'm also assuming this is going to take me until a minimum of next July, because I'm not expecting to be able to afford a bunch of GameCube memory cards before this July. But yeah, which is fine, because already I'm going to be playing till a minimum of May of next year for the dump model that you get May 1st from Tortimer because of spring cleaning. So, you know, July is only, an extra 2 months after that, so not a big deal. So, yeah. And then I was also saying that maybe 18 villages, and that's because, so, from your village you have the island you can go visit, and you have an islander there, and there's 18 different islanders, and part of me kind of wants to have 18 villages so I can have, like, each islander, which it's a very me thing to want. It's also a thing that's, like, it's at that level where where even for me it's almost like, is that too ridiculous? That's maybe too ridiculous. But because I'm already going to 15 villages, like, 18 is just 3 more, so it's like, yeah, it's ridiculous, but it's not really a big jump, right? Okay, so now we need to find... Nope. Now what we need to do is... actually want to drop that as well. We're keeping this just in case... actually, who moved out after that trip? Oh, Curly moved out, okay. So now what we need to do is we need to go grab ourselves a bunch of money. I'm keeping the net, because if we encounter a purple butterfly or a pond skater, and if anybody sees one that I happen to miss, let me know, so I can catch it, if you're quick enough to, let me know before it's too late. So now we're withdrawing a bunch of money so that we can buy turnips. Now, so right now I have like just over 500,000 bells on me, and what I like to do is basically do basically 4 times of this amount of money, so like a little over 2 million bells on turnips on Sundays. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go find Joan, and then we're gonna buy turnips from her with all of this money. And depending on what acre we find her in, if we find her in an acre that's like nice and big and open and empty, like empty enough, I should say, what we're going to do is, oh, here she is. No, this one is broken up by the river, so I think we're just gonna spend what we have here. See, if this was like, say, one of like these acres or whatever, well, not one of these acres that isn't broken up by the river or the cliff, what we would do is we'd actually go and grab more money, because as long as you don't talk to her, she'll stay here. As soon as you talk to her, once you leave the acre, she'll move. So we're just going to drop our money here, or some of our money here, so we have room in our inventory for turnips. And then we're going to talk to her and... yes. And buy turnips. And we're going to do this until our... well, Yeah, we're gonna do this until we run out of money, but first we're gonna do this until like our inventory is full, and we're gonna drop turnips, and we're gonna pick up more money and keep at it and keep at it until we use up all of our money. And we're gonna go withdraw more money and do this again. And hopefully we can get 2 million bells spent on this. The fact that we have less than an hour is going to make it a bit tight, but we'll see how we do. And yeah. It's been a little while since we've done this last, so it'll be nice to be jumping ahead. If we're really lucky, if we're really lucky, we might be able to get to 100,000 or 100 million bells this week. Well, it depends. Because if we're at 74, what was my other town? 10 something. Because price spike in this game is 8 times whatever you bought from Joan for. So like, no, 74 times 8. Let's see, 7 times 8 is is 56. So that'd be 560, and then 4 times 8 is 320, or 32. I mean, so 592 would be the price spike in this town. Whereas my other town, it was 100 and something, so it would be 800 something. So we definitely want to, if possible... Oh, 1 second. Somebody texting me. Nothing, nothing I need to respond to, though. Okay. So what's everyone else up to today? Anyone doing anything interesting? Anything fun and exciting? Or done anything interesting already? Because I guess it's Sunday, so like Saturday was yesterday. Anyone like do anything or doing anything this weekend? I mean, you all know a lot of the main stuff I do because, you know, it's on stream. We'd be like, Eric, you don't constantly stream. Like, you do other stuff off stream. I'm like, true, but I mean, like, you know, my work is not that interesting. A lot of stuff I do, like, at home that's not streaming is, I mean, there's a lot of, like, you know, there's a lot of stuff I do related to streaming or, like, just other, like, minor stuff. Like, all the fun stuff I do is on stream, other than, like, say, like, watching TV, movies, YouTube. Occasionally reading. Don't do that enough, though. Trying to get pink flat. Why do I keep... Trying to get pink flowers for your town. You've been going on towards collecting a ton of flowers to breed. Nice. Oh, I still have the money in here. I should also grab that out. And let's pick up another 3 bags. Sounds like fun. Which are you playing again? Was it New Leaf? Because I remember you mentioned it. I think it was New Leaf that you're playing, right? And yeah, I don't really know how all the, like, flower breeding and stuff works, because that's not a thing here in this game. And I haven't actually played any of the later Animal Crossing, the main ones anyway. I played Pocket Camp on my phone for a while. I stopped playing that, though, last year. And such. Yeah, New Leaf, okay, awesome. See, my memory isn't completely terrible. Just mostly terrible. But occasionally I actually remember stuff. Okay. Don't worry, Joan. I can easily afford it. You see that money on the ground behind me? That's my money as well. You made me rich, and you're just going to keep making me richer. Yeah. Yeah, that's also why I'm expecting that when I do eventually get to, like, the later games, Wild World, City Folk, New Leaf, New Horizons, they're going to take me a lot longer to 100%, in part because of the fact that, because, like, this one, you know, first of all, I played this a chunk as when I was, you know, teenager and such, so I have, like, memories of that. And I think I played it again in my early 20s. I think I played it a bit then as well. And then this is actually my second attempt at 100%ing it on stream. The first attempt ended about a year ago because due to my memory card getting corrupted and me losing the town. But as a result, like, I have a lot of knowledge of this game already that I'm drawing on and such, which, you know, definitely helps speed up the process beyond what it would be. Whereas when I go to the other games, I'm going in like, yeah, I know what, you know, some stuff based on, like, the fact that the games are similar, like, have similarities and such, but they also have differences, which also means sometimes there might be times where I'm playing something, I'm like, oh, I assume something works a certain way because that's how it worked in this game, and then nope, works a different way and such, which is going to be really interesting to see. Yeah. Weirdly, after this one, probably the one I'm next most familiar with is New Horizons, just because of the fact that I've watched several people streaming it and such, and, like, just the fact that that's what most people these days are playing, so even aside from streaming, like, just if I hear people talking about Animal Crossing, it's usually this one, or it's usually New Horizons. Probably New Horizons is the top one I hear people talking about. This one is actually the second one most I hear talked about, mainly in relation to my stream, or a few other streams of people I know. Like Rainbow Squirrel, who was here earlier, not sure if she's still here or not, but... and, like... Then New Leaf will be the next one, because that's, you know, the second most recent game, and still a decent chunk of people playing it. Rarely see people talk about City Folk or Wild World. Like, there's the occasional one, but makes sense, because, like, yeah, New Leaf and New Horizons are New Horizons is the current one, New Leaf is the next most recent. This one's also the original, so, like, even though it's the longest to go, the fact that it's the first one means it has, like, more of the nostalgia. There are definitely people that have nostalgia for Wild World and City Folk as well, but not as many. Hey, Lynx, welcome in. Yep, turnip time. I am doing good. Tired because I didn't sleep very well last night because of a thunderstorm, but, you know, it is what it is. Up and going now, so that's all that matters. How about you? How are you doing this fine morning? Okay, let's just grab the rest of my money. You're doing all right? Good stuff, good stuff. Yes. all the turnips. Yeah, don't worry, Joan. I can keep affording them for a while. My inventory is going to get filled up at least once more before my money runs out. There is no need to worry. Okay. Yeah. I am in my main town. In Trantor, my main town. Because it's 74 bells here, it was it was like 103, 105, something like that, in Praetoris. So, hopefully we get a good, we got a price spike in Praetoris early in the week. In which case we're once again gonna have just like a ton of money just lying on the ground over there. Makes it a lot easier. Yes, it does. Which is especially nice because of the late start I got, because of the no good sleep last night or whatever. Started like an hour 20 minutes late. Because we started like an hour ago, so that would be, because that was like 10:20 or so. So like an hour 20 minutes late. Although I did like post well in advance that it was going to be late. So, because I knew as soon as I woke up that I'm like, yeah, it's going to be a little bit. Some mornings you just know. Okay. I'm just hoping we can still get like our 2 million bells spent on turnips this morning. Because this is our first chunk of buying, so this is about a little over $500,000 we're spending here. So we need to do 3 more big buys like this. Yeah, don't worry, Joan. Just keep them coming. Keep them coming. I don't know why she's so surprised that I can afford this. Like, you know, I am out here, not every Sunday, but like, you know, a lot of Sundays, just spending like over 2 million bells on turnips. You think she'd recognize me by now and realize, oh yeah, this is the guy that just keeps on like buying from me for like, at times, hours on end. And he's clearly got the money because he's buying from me for hours on end and then selling. Okay. Let's keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. I just need an option for spend all the money on me on turnips, or at least until like, at least like the option is like, oh, spend as much money on the max amount of turnips that I can fit in my inventory or something. Bag is full. Okay, bag is full again. Okay, keep doing that. I think is game audio maybe a little out of sync. Is that why I keep doing that? Let's keep mistiming. Let me quickly. Reset the Elgato. Okay. So here we should now be able to finish off the rest of our money before our inventory fills up again, I think. Yeah. And then, so we're going to do this for the next while, and then afterwards we're going to do fishing tourney stuff, along with some stuff with our friend in the tent, and also still need to catch those 2 insects, and probably do an island visit at some point, and maybe some time spent on NES games. Yeah. Okay. Just keep at it. Anyone ever notice that her eyes are plus signs? It's a bit weird when you think about it. But, you know, Animal Crossing has fairly simple character design, so... I wish when you were doing this, they had, like, your total amount of money up in the corner of the screen or something, like when you're in Nooks. Ooh, bag is full again. And, okay, no, I wasn't doing that because of the audio being off, I was just doing that because of doing that. Okay, well this time we should be able to go until we're out of money. And it shouldn't even take that long. And then we'll have to go grab some more money and do this again. 3 more times if we're able to. Although, looking at the time, I'm not sure we're going to be able to. So it depends on what acre she's in, because we can, like, just bring a shit ton of money to one of the acres, drop it there, and then keep going. Yeah. But I mean, if we can't do a full 2 million, like, you know, anything we do get is stuff that, well, no, I'm not done, I'm not done. Not quite yet. I think I can get 1 or 2 more sets. I didn't quite catch how much money I had left. Is that the last one, or I can get 1 more set? Yeah, that's probably it, but we'll try just in case. Try once more. Once more into the breach. No worries. Okay. One second. What acre are we in C3? Let me just quickly. Trantor. And this is C3 is where we're putting, where we got our first set of turnips. Okay, so I like to get full 4 sets each Sunday. Sometimes two sets or maybe even 3 sets in a single acre, but let's go grab more money and then find her again. Yes, I need all the money I can carry. And I have a ladder so I can carry, so I can put one of these bags in there and then get a little bit more. Technically I'm withdrawing, not depositing, but I understand the confusion. I only do this on Sundays. Rest of the week I don't withdraw money. You know. After all, your money isn't going to keep growing if you are constantly withdrawing. Well, it's not going to grow as fast anyway. But with turnips, you withdraw because you can make it grow so much faster. So now we're just looking for June again. Wherever she might be, looking for June again. To get me rich off of turnips, you see. Looking for June again. Where is she hiding? Now, looking for June again. Something, something. Something. Oh, she's down there. Not a great acre to do multiple stuff in. In fact, that's like... That's the acre that's divided up into 3 sections. So it's not the worst acre, but it's really not great. So we'll just do this full set there, and then hopefully after that she'll be in an acre where we can do 2 full sets. Hopefully we have time as well. We'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. Yes, I am here again. Let's do this. But hey, yeah, even if we don't get a full 4 sets of turnips, you know, whatever we get is something that'll should make our money go up, assuming we get a price spike. Even if we don't get a price spike, it still might make it go up slightly. It all depends on how it goes. And then come, next week, we'll hopefully be able to start earlier than we did today. Hopefully I should start on time. Although we'll see, because next Saturday I'm working till 3:30. Get home, doing Star Wars RPG at 5. Animal Crossing afterwards, so who knows how long we'll be up next Saturday. But, you know, we work with what we have. So much of my schedule is basically based around stuff in Animal Crossing and my work schedule. Neither of which well, I mean, Animal Crossing I could technically control if I did time travel, but since I'm doing this all without time travel, don't have control over it. Okay. bags and add it again. Yep. Just keep the turnips coming, Joan. I'll tell you when to stop. Actually, more accurately, she tells me when to stop because my inventory being... Because she somehow knows that my inventory is full or my money's gone, and I don't until she tells me. Which is weird when you think about it. Like... that's why I like having, you know, your total money being up in the corner like it is when you're at Nooks or whatever would be really nice. And maybe even having, like, a small, like, in the other corner have, like, a small version of your inventory. Not, like, enough... like, see, it doesn't need to be, like, super clear. It just needs to show, like, how many empty slots you have versus how many slots are taken up by stuff. And I mean, I know it doesn't really matter, but it would just be nice to, like, keep track of how those are changing as you're doing this. Oh. Okay. Yep. Keep them coming, Joan. Keep them coming. Yep. On by more. More and more and more. And yeah, I think whatever acre she's in, assuming this doesn't take us too late, then I think whatever acre she's in, the next time we'll just try to bring, you know, so grab the full set of money, find her, drop the money in the acre, go grab another full set, and then go back to that acre and just go and tell we're out of money so we can grab. That's assuming... Yeah. Assuming... Assuming stuff. Assuming this acre doesn't take us too long, so we still have time to do that. And I know it would be really nice to be able to, like, get up super early and we do, like, I don't know, even more than just, like, 4 sets. Like, which actually, I guess, in the last, like, week or so of July and in August, we actually will be, because during that time we'll be getting up early for the morning aerobics on whichever days I'm not working, pretty much. So Sunday, Monday, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, yeah. Mainly, for sure, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday each week, or Sunday, Monday, Thursday each week, and then maybe, like, you know, like this past week I didn't work Wednesday. I just saw my schedule for, like, in 3 weeks is up now, and that week I'm again not working Wednesday, so... we'll see how that goes. I'll just grab the rest of our money here. Okay. Yeah. So then during that time, each Sunday, you know, I'll be able to buy a lot more turnips and thus up my money even more, which will be really nice because, you know, obviously we're going for the maxing out my savings account, and, you know, we're not even... So that's at, like, you know, 9 nines. 999,999,999. And we're not even at 9 digits yet. If we're really lucky, are we going to get to that this... Assuming we do get 2 million. And... the math is going to be too complicated for me to do off the top of my head. Especially since I don't remember... Well, no. I remember about what the... But yeah. Yep, more, please. And thank you. We are going to buy all the turnips we can. We are going to get rich beyond our wildest imagination. And yeah. You know, earlier I was saying, you know, eventually I'd like to have 18 towns. And, you know, imagine if I had, like, you know, 4 characters in each of those towns. Imagine if I, like, wanted to max out each of their savings accounts. Imagine how long that would take. Okay. Actually, don't put them around the rock, because then they're just going to be in the way when we're checking for the money rock during the week. Okay. Yes, I am here again. Buying the turnips at 74 bells a pop. Okay. More. Please. And thank you. Okay. Yeah. This is definitely one thing that I'm looking forward to, I know, in the later games where... At least, I don't know... I know New Horizons definitely speeds up the turnip buying process. I don't know exactly how it speeds it up, or by how much. I know it does. Well, I mean, I guess I know it. You have a bigger inventory, so that right there speeds up the process. But yeah, but definitely looking forward to, you know, faster turnip buying processes in future games when I eventually get to them. And just in general, like, you know, something I'm going to be very much enjoying as I get to, like, later games is just, like, quality of life improvements. Because, like, especially because I'm so used to this one. So, like, there's a lot of stuff that I'm just like, oh yeah, that's just the way it is, right? But then, as I get to the later games, it's like, oh, but it could be better. Yeah, the bigger inventory in New Horizons, I don't know how it is in the other games, but the bigger inventory in New Horizons is definitely something I'm looking forward to. And such. The fact that you can just bring, in the later games, you can just bring fossils directly to the museum instead of having to mail them into the, like, the central museum in wherever. It's definitely going to be a nice thing as well. And, yeah. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, this is definitely going to be close on, we're going to be buying any more turnips beyond what we're getting in this acre. Oh, because actually, yeah, because I'm looking at my clock where it says 11:47. My in-game time is like 5 minutes off, so it's going to be really close. Fingers crossed, everyone. Fingers crossed. Eggs fall. Awesome. Okay, well this is... Yeah, we should be able to get through the rest of this without filling up our inventory again, I think. So just go until we're out of money. So it's going to depend a lot on what Acre Joan ends up in next, is going to really determine if this is viable to get 4 full sets today. But we'll see how it goes. If we see here while we're running up to the post office to get more money, that right there means we'll found her really quickly and it'll be fine. Otherwise, it's a bit more iffy. Sorry, I was gonna cover my mouth for the yawning, but then, you know, I'm like, oh, well, that's gonna slow me down on doing this. Trying to select options in the dialogue fast enough. So I haven't taken a sip of my drink in like a while. Even though I've been feeling like I should be. But like, no, we need to get this done. Running low on time. Okay. I'm just here like, okay, how much money do I have left? How close am I to being done in this acre? I don't know. Let's go back to what I was saying about the money really should be in the top corner or something while you're doing this. Because I'm just like, I don't know. Oh, bag is full again. Oof. Okay. Well. We're almost out of money, though, so we're almost done in this acre. Almost done. So now we're going until we're out of money, and then go grab more money, find her again, and fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Everyone cross your fingers, cross your toes, cross your hearts, cross your souls. I don't know what that means, but do it. You need to do everything to get the luck. All the luck. Okay. So close, so close, so close. We will make it. I believe in us. I believe in the us that can do this. Okay. Just, in fact, let's actually just... We're in E3. There we go. Managed to write that without slowing down. Come on, see her, see her, see her. Come on, Joan. If you're... it would have been really helpful if I saw her there. I don't know that we're going to make it. Okay, well, it all depends on how quickly we find her. What time is it? Okay, 11:58. Yeah, no, we're probably not going to make it. I don't even know that she can be in this acre, and yet I don't know that she can't for sure, so let's just do our full sweep of the town until we find her. Or it hits 12 o'clock, whichever happens first. Please don't be in this acre again, though. This acre will be decent. Yes. I know I'm pulling a big risk. I should have just go with that, but we're gonna try. Nope. Never mind. Joan's gone. I should have just gone with what I had there. But I was like, no, we can get here and back fast enough. So I guess we just spent a little over $1 million on turnips today. Had I been just a little bit quicker, like earlier today, would have been able to do it. Okay, now where was that? That was right here. No? Right here. Yeah, see, Joan is gone. Once it hits 12 o'clock, as long as you're in the acre with her when it hits 12 o'clock, she'll stay as long as you don't leave the acre. But... so, that's fine. Is what it is. Well, now that we're no longer rushed. Yeah. Oh, dang, indeed. But, you know... just the way it goes, you know. You try, and we tried pushing it. So, yeah, we could have done, like, $1.5 million, and it instead just ended up doing $1 million, but... in our attempt to do $2 million, but, you know... turnip market is the long game. Didn't get to do quite only got to do $1 million today, but next week hopefully we do $2 million, and like following weeks until we hit, like I said, near the end of July when morning aerobics becomes a thing. We're starting at like whatever time that is. Let's just deposit all of that money, because I have the one bag that's in my letter here, which we'll keep for my wallet. Do I actually have that written down for the morning aerobics? Okay, so we're getting up at 6 a.m. for the morning aerobics, apparently. I mean, well, maybe 6. We have to start before 7 for sure, and like enough before 7 that we can, you know, make it to the wishing well to get to talk to Tortimer, which means because we need to do that like 15 days in the period of July 25th to August 31st in order to get the aerobics model. That's not right. One second. I'm just going to quickly fix that because I'm noticing I don't know why I wrote aerobics model. I don't know what that would even be. Fence. Morning aerobics. The aerobics radio. That's what it is. Yes, you need to do at least 15. I think it's 15 days. Does that say here? Oh, 14 different days. Even better. Which, let me just quickly check, because that's... yeah, July 25th to August 31st. So how many days are we going to have that I can do that? That for sure. Like Sunday, Monday, so 1, 2, and 3 for Thursday. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 days just from the days that I don't work, for sure. Now, if it rains, it gets canceled, and also, you know, if there's a day where I sleep in, then I miss it, right? But, we do have a bit of a leeway for that, so we'll see how it goes. And of course, if there's any days where I'm normally would work, but I'm not working for whatever reason, that just gives us more leeway. Okay, time are we at? 12:01. What is the record up to right now? $18 inches, okay. One second, I have 2 Discord notifications I just want to quickly get rid of. Check if they're anything important, which they're probably not. Oh, this one might be. Oh, actually, I do need to quickly check to make sure. That something is correct. Oh, yeah, that's correct. I had a moment of wait, that's not correct, but I'm like, oh no, wait, no, that's a different time zone. That is the right time if I convert it to my time zone. Yeah. Something I might talk about later, but yeah. Anyway, before I forget, let's go check what color paint is being sold. I think then we're gonna do a trip to the island. And then we'll do fishing tourney stuff after that. Yellow. No, brown's better than yellow. And, island. Well, okay, actually, let's first grab, some cherries. Then we'll grab the thing in my house that we need to bring to the island. Well, I'm gonna grab my shovel now so that I have the cherries all nicely lined up in the center, and then I have the other chair over in the corner. I like keeping my inventory organized. You might notice that. Like, I always have my tools. Like, yeah, sometimes where I drop everything so I can, like, have a bunch of money for, like, turnips and stuff. Otherwise, I'd mostly like to have my tools, well, one in my hand and then the other 3 in here. I normally like to have stationery along the right side, and then the center is for other stuff. If I use up stationery, then, before I, like, get new stuff, I'll have other random junk in there briefly, but yeah, so this is what we're bringing to the island. Everything else in here looks good. To the island. Anyway, we still need to, I guess, go wash Gracie's car with 2 other characters yet. At some point today. Oh, I saw Gruff up there, but I just, like, when I was running by, I just saw, like, a bit of brown, and I was like, wait, is Jones somehow still here? That doesn't make sense, but no, it's just Gruff. Okay. So for anyone here who doesn't know about the island in this game, so firstly, you need to have... Oh, one second, I just need to stretch there. You need to have a Game Boy Advance connected for Appet to be here and bring you to the island. And such. Yeah, in my case, I'm using a GameCube with a Game Boy player as my Game Boy Advance. I also have 2 actual Game Boy Advances, but then I won't be able to do the Game Boy Advance stuff on stream. Or with the GameCube, with the Game Boy player, I can. And like I was saying earlier, this is how we get new stuff and such. Because, yeah, we bury stuff on the island and then get our islander to replace it with other stuff. Which is a nice... that's how I have all the gyroids. Because, you know, you only get gyroids normally. You get 3 of them after it's rained or snowed. And it's, you know, random. So if I was just getting them from that, by this point I would have... Because a lot of them would be duplicates or whatever. But, you know, what I did is, with a lot of them, brought them here, buried them, got my islander to replace them with other gyroids, and eventually I got them all. I've got 1 or 2 wallpaper or carpets via this method, but the main thing I've used it for is furniture and clothing. So this stuff up here, this is all furniture up here, and this down here is all clothing. So yeah, let's drop all my cherries, at least all that I can. Well, yeah, let's drop all the cherries. Oh, that was... not quite. And then also grab some more from this. I guess we'll drop this final one over here. And then... Is Islander in her house? No, she's not. I must have just missed her. Actually, you know what I should be doing? Well, what I should be doing is make sure to make the one list invisible before I bring up something else. Islander... Oh. Wants green chair. Islander has... So she for sure has the lovely kitchen and the stove and the green counter. Actually, I should do this alphabetical. I don't know if that's all the stuff she has, because not everything she will actually has is necessarily on display. I can't remember what I've all given her beyond that. Oh, but that's... Yeah, what we're going to do is... list them as each individual thing. I might... You know what? I think I'm actually just going to... yeah, I'm going to make this its own separate list. Okay, its own separate thing, so... That'll just be for visitors and turnips. Actually, I have that thing... In OBS, that thing is called visitors, because that's what it's created for. And I was like, oh, let's use that for other stuff as well. But, let's add another text. Islander. Okay. Select font. We want that size. Because this is just the Islander stuff, we'll just put wants and has. And I think we'll do like that. We won't put anything on the same line as... The wants, we can just do it as one line, because it's just like the only going to be one thing at any given time. Well, that's... Why does it never snap into place when I'm trying to make it bigger from that? And okay. Now where is she? Here she is. Let's chat. Sure, okay. So we've given her green chair. Like I said, she might have other stuff beyond this. I just don't remember because I'm just deciding to do this now. And carrot chat. Green counter, so great. Yes, she does always mention this stuff. Yeah, but what specifically do you want? She's just like, bring me functional furniture. But, like... Turntable. Okay. So we don't have... She doesn't have a turntable now. Refrigerator. She wants a refrigerator. Is that... One second. Is that what she had given me back because she didn't like it? Yep. So that's why I kept it here, so that when she asked for it again, we'd be able to... See, this is my island house. Okay. Green table she wants now, okay. I do actually want to check something. Here we go. Flossie. Oh, this list is alphabetical. Okay, so most of what she wants is from the green series. Lovely Kitchen's the only... Well, there's Lovely Kitchen, stove, refrigerator, green counter, green table, green chair, green bench, coconut palm, and turntable. Okay. So we know she has a Lovely Kitchen, stove, and refrigerator, and a green counter, and a green chair. Wants a green table. Don't know if she wants, if she has the green bench, coconut palm, or... She doesn't have the turntable right now, because that's what she just gave back to us. Okay. We'll keep an eye on that then. So we'll need to order a green table once we get back. And the turntable we'll just put in here for when she wants it again. Although... Interesting. My music library is... So, my music library here on the island is different than the music library in my house. That's interesting. It's very interesting. But that's doesn't matter too much right now, so just an interesting thing. So anyway, like I said, this is all clothing down here. This is all furniture up here. Now, what we're going to be doing with it, make note, net here, golden shovel up there. Just make note of that, if you're not familiar with how this works. So now we're going to head back to town, right? But he's asking if we want to take a record on our Game Boy Advance, which we do want to do. And after this dialogue, and he's done transferring it, and then a bit more dialogue. So here's just the dialogue, blah blah blah, don't, you know, technical stuff. Then transmitting data to the Game Boy Advance, which remember is a GameCube with the Game Boy player attached to it in my case. Takes a while. There's a lot of data to transfer. Whole island's worth of data. I suppose it doesn't need to transfer the stuff that's in the houses, because on the Game Boy Advance you're not able to do anything in the houses. But I guess with all the stuff I've buried here, that probably adds a lot to it. So let me just quickly finish this. Now give me a moment to swap out the cables. And yeah. And here we have Animal Island, aka the original New Horizons, as I like to call it. So we zoom in. So here's the island. Notice here's what I mentioned was the golden shovel. Here's the net. All the tools here on the island on the Game Boy Advance just look, you know, same icon because, you know, it's simplifying stuff. So now we're getting her to eat the cherries, and in exchange she starts dropping money. She starts dropping with the second cherry she eats because it's her favorite for food. If it wasn't her favorite fruit, it would be with the third one she would start dropping money. Unless it was the one she's allergic to, which in her case is either apples or oranges. I can never remember which, but we never bring either, so it doesn't matter. Then she just gets angry if you feed her fruit she doesn't like. And each islander has their own. So like this is Flossie, and yeah, that's her. Like cherries are her favorite, and apples or oranges are her like one she doesn't like or is allergic to or something. And then each different islander has. Because there's 18 different islanders, each one has their own differences of what they like and don't like and such. And, yeah. And these bags of money, they can be any of the 4 potential sizes. Can be just 100 bells. The majority of them are going to be that, most likely. Could be 1,000 bells. Probably a decent chunk of them are that. Can be 10,000 bells. Maybe we have 1 or 2 of those. Could be 30,000 bells. Maybe we have 1 or 2 of those. Obviously, we're hoping for, you know, a bunch of the 30,000 bells and such. But, yeah. It varies, so. And just, you know, feed her them all and see what we get, because later will be, after we're done here, we're gonna come back to the island and see what we all get via both this and the other stuff. Okay. Almost done with the cherries. Flossie, I know you're excited, but there's still one more cherry here for you. So now what we do is we get her to go up here to the golden shovel. The golden shovel. And then what we do is we get her, like I said, we get her to dig up stuff. She'll dig up furniture or replace it with other furniture. Then we'll, you know, down there we have clothing, which we'll get her to replace with other clothing. And yeah, it also works wallpaper for wallpaper. Gyroids for gyroids, carpet for carpet. But we already have all the gyroids, and we have all the wallpaper and carpet we can get via this method, so there's no point in doing those. Clothing we have currently... what are we at? Clothing we have 4 more that we can get via this at the moment. More once we hit fall, because you can't get the Gracie clothing from this, or the clothing that's only from holidays. But any of the other clothing you can get, or you also can't get like the work uniform from this. But anything else, unless I forget anything else, I think that's everything else you can get via this. But it does have the same like seasonal dependency that like it would from like Nooks or any other source, or almost any other source. The one exception being getting clothing from the villager who is wearing it. I think that you can get out of season. Like getting the Big Bro shirt from Alfonso, for instance. And I think I think it's only the villager who is like villager that's wearing a piece of clothing as their default, but I could be wrong about that. But anyway, so we have, like I said, 4 more summer pieces of, because we have all the year-round like standard clothing. We have all of the spring clothing, which, you know, we're into summer as far as the clothing is concerned, but so we couldn't get that anymore anyway, but we already have all the spring clothing, so it's all good. But yeah, we have 4 pieces of summer clothing left. And then... yeah, and then once we get those, then we'll have to wait till fall so we can get the fall clothing, and wait till winter to get, like, I think, like, 2 pieces of winter clothing I've left. Because I got most of them this past winter, but not quite, because we weren't going quite as hard with the island in winter as we are now. For furniture, there's still quite a lot we can get, because any, like, common furniture you can get via this. Any furniture you get from Red, you buy from Red, you can get via this. Any furniture you get via the raffle, you can get from this. We do have all the raffle furniture, so it's pretty much the standard stuff and the stuff you get from Red that we still... You can't get the Gulliver stuff, you can't get holiday stuff. Is there anything else you can't... some stuff that you can only get via e-reader code, you can't get this. Or not e-reader. Well, e-reader, yes, as well. Any stuff you get via code, I meant. Anything, certain stuff that you can only get via e-reader, like Mario Brothers and Ice Climber, yeah, you can't get via this. But yeah, and you do notice that while it's mostly the leaf, for furniture is generally the leaf icon, NES games do have their own icon, which you've probably seen pop up a few times. So, most of the time, like right there, most of the time with the NES games you get on the island, at least assuming your islander is super happy, which means, you know, she has her eyes, I mean, when she's actually digging you don't see it, but like, her eyes kind of look closed or whatever. That's because she's super happy. And she's using the golden shovel. You can get baseball and Wario's Woods, which are actually the only way of getting them. And those are usually the NES games you find doing this, assuming those 2 things are true. And since they are true in her case, most of the NES games we're seeing are probably those 2 games. But other NES games you can get via this are, well, anything common. Basically anything that doesn't require a code, an e-reader card, or a cheat device to get can be gotten via this. So there's still 2 NES games we could get via this that we haven't, which is golf and pinball. But yeah. You can get, like, so obviously, it's a Baseball Warriors Woods. You can also get Balloon Fight, Donkey Kong Jr. Math, Excite Bike, Tennis, Clue Land, maybe others that I'm forgetting. Plain NES you can also get the one that doesn't have games, which is actually interesting because, like, when you try to play the plain NES game with no games, it says, you know, you don't have any software for it or anything. And for a long time, people just assumed that was just like, oh, just like a thing. It was discovered a few years back that actually what it's doing when it says that is actually checking your memory card for any compatible ROMs. Because the theory is that Nintendo at one point was considering releasing additional NES games for this via, like, you know, memory cards that had them loaded up and such. They never did or whatever, but people have figured that out, that it's possible, and then to figure out how to make the ROMs, put the ROMs onto a memory card in a way that the game can read, and thus, via that method, you can play any NES game you want via Animal Crossing. Now, for my 100%ing, that doesn't mean I'm going to have to 100% every NES game in existence. It just means the 19 that are actually built into the game. Everything else will be just like, you know, that's not something I'm going to be bothering with, but the 19 that are built into the game. I still need to figure out how I'm getting Legend of Zelda and Super Mario Bros., since those ones are currently only available via cheat device. When I say currently only, I mean, like, Nintendo never released a way of getting them. But the idea is that Nintendo is probably going to eventually release those via e-reader card. So there's always and because it's possible to print your own e-reader cards, there's always the hope that somebody will figure out how to print e-reader cards for those two. Now, for the two that were released e-reader cards, Mario Brothers and Ice Climber. No, it's Mario Brothers, not Super Mario Brothers. Super Mario Brothers is the one that's only cheat device. Mario Brothers has an e-reader card. Now, for those two, even though you can print your own e-reader cards, I'm going to get the actual ones. That's the plan. Get official stuff where you can. It'll only be for Legend of Zelda and Super Mario Brothers, where I would print my own e-reader cards, if a method is figured out to do that. If it isn't, obviously, then, well, then it isn't, and I won't be able to, but... And then I'd have to resort to cheat device, which I really don't want to do. But we'll worry about that bridge when we cross. We have so much other stuff to do in Animal Crossing first that is, you know, that's not a major concern at this time. You know. Or it is a major concern, but it's far enough away that we have other stuff to worry about first. So, you know. We're going at this at least until next July, so plenty of time to worry about stuff, figure stuff out, build up a massive fan base so that can include people that actually know what they're doing with something like figuring out the e-reader card barcodes and how to make ones that would give you Legend of Zelda and Super Mario Brothers. There's somebody that was working on it, although I don't know that they still are, because I haven't seen anything from this person about that and posted in like a couple of years and such. So I'm not really hopeful, but and I don't even know where I would begin with like figuring this out, because anything like that's not really an area of my expertise, so it would take a lot of research, a lot of experimentation and such to get it figured out. Okay, I think she already did this one, because there were a few points where she went down and did one ahead. Yeah. Okay. That's just fine. That's... Did she do this one already as well? So like I said, there were a few points where she did one in the second row. I think so. And did she just do this one now? So let's just go do this one. Now she's doing a bunch on the third row, which I haven't even been properly keeping track of either. Oh well, it's fine. Ooh. Okay, I think she did that one. So there we have a treasure chest going by. It's switching between 3 things. It looks like it's just switching between 2 things, but that's because 2 of the things it's switching between are treasure chests, which could be either clothing or wallpaper or carpet. But because that's why it's staying as a treasure chest for a bit longer than it's staying, or it's just briefly being a leaf, which is furniture. However, so we could give her the net to catch that. However, there's no way we'd actually be able to get it. So, if she was still super happy and such, we could get her to bury it, similar to how, like, she planted flowers, which you'll notice her eyes are, like, wide open right now. That's because planting the flowers put her into a content state, which is the same thing that if she had caught that and buried it, that would do the same thing. But since she's already content, she can't do that. Now, the way to get her super happy again would be to give her fruit. Also, if she caught it and then we gave her fruit, she would just drop it. Like she did with the money or whatever. You know, she would just... If she's holding something like that, she would drop it instead of the money. But since we already gave her all the fruit, there's nothing we can do in regards to that, so... We could get her to catch it, but she would just keep it and we wouldn't be able to get it, and it would be, you know, meaningless, so it would just be a waste of time. So right now we're just working on finishing off, replacing all of this clothing with new clothing, and fingers crossed we get some stuff we need. Did you already do this one? Nope. It was just taking a bit longer than normal. So it would be nice if there was some kind of a mark to be like, okay, yeah, to make it look different after she had replaced it. Just so it'd be easier for me to keep track of than just being like, okay, she's not going for this one, I think she must have already done it. Or me being like, okay, let's memorize everything. Because we all know I don't have that kind of a memory. Awesome, we got those done without her going and picking up any of the money. Sometimes she picks up the money, so do need to be careful about that when she's close by. Did she do this one already? I don't think so. Yeah, this one she did. A few on the beach she already did, well, mainly during the ones where we couldn't get her, where we were trying to get her to do ones in the third row that she'd already done, so I don't remember which ones exactly, so we're just going to try and see which ones don't work. We don't have any further ones that, like a fifth row, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. This one I think was one of the ones she did, maybe? That one clearly wasn't. She won't do a spot she's already done. Yeah, so that one she's done. This one I think she's done as well. Yeah, probably. Don't think she did this last one, though. There we go. So I think we've got her to replace all of the clothing here. And all the furniture. Just give me a moment to swap the cables back. Then we can return to the island in the main game to see what we've got. Also got to stretch here. There we go. What's putting a burp in my belly? Okay. More like a man, less like a seasick clam. What I'm looking like is ridiculously tan from all the time spent on the island. But, yeah. Tortimer still wandering about. Bass, dace, mares. It's like a strange mystical triangle of fishing. Okay, not quite sure what that means, but sure. And let's just grab some more cherries. And, yeah. Head back to the island and see what we've got. I was bringing, like, because you'll notice when I first got there or whatever, there were already cherries there. That's because on my second trip to, go check what we've got, I bring a set of cherries to leave for the next day. Because I only do, like, that once a day at most, but it's nice to, get ahead on, stuff. Yes. Back to the island to see what we've got. Back to the island. And, prizes. Well, hopefully we'll get something new. Like, yesterday on the island, I don't think we did get anything new. That was unfortunate, but, fingers crossed that today we have a bit better luck with that. But, we'll try, see how it goes, and yeah. Hopefully everyone's enjoying the stream, as we still have a long ways to go. And yeah, I'm certainly having a good time. Glad to buy turnips again because it's been a little while, even if I didn't get by as many as I would have liked. And yeah, after, a while of not buying turnips, it is definitely nice to do so again. Because of, well, a while of not playing on Sundays for a variety of reasons, mostly relating to being exhausted. Which I am today, but I managed to push through, because that's often the thing, like, being tired and exhausted and such makes it harder to start streaming, I find. But as long as I can push past that and actually start stream, I'm generally okay. It's just that initial pushing past. Game audio feels a little off. Just give me a moment for that. Also, let's put the shovel back up here. I prefer the shovel being left up here. Yeah, let's first check our money. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right off the bat, 30,000. 2 that are 1,000, the rest of these are 100, but are already off the bat with that 130,000. That makes this very much worth it, right? Like, because that 30,000 is already more than we would have gotten for selling all of these cherries. Because this was, at how many cherries? 9 plus 9 is 18, plus 3 from the tree, 21. So, like, 21 times 5... Well, 21 times 5 is 105. So, like, 10,500 is what we would have gotten for selling all of these cherries. And so we already got, like, essentially triple that. And with the rest of this... And here's another 30,000. So, like... Oh. This is actually more than we can... Yeah, this is more than we can carry. Look at that, look at that. See? Now, obviously it's RNG, so you know you don't get that much every time. Like some days I've made less money from this than I would from just having sold the same cherries. But other days you get this. Like that's why this is other than the turn market, this is, I'd say, like the second best money source in the game. And yeah, or at least like consistent money source. Might be some that are like, well, I mean, actually no, there are a few things. It's definitely up there though. But anyway, now comes the moment you've all been waiting for, or at least I don't know if you've actually been waiting for. But here now comes the moment where we go and check what we've got. If we've got anything new. Furniture first. Right off the bat, baseball. There's a joke drinking game that nobody should actually play, where you take a shot every time I dig up either Wario's Woods or baseball. And yeah. Oh, welcome back, Lynx. Power went out. That happened last night here, because we had a thunderstorm overnight. I can't remember if I mentioned... I think I mentioned that before when you came in. But yeah, we had a thunderstorm last night, so... At one point, whatever, basically, because I was lying in bed, all of a sudden I notice my phone screen light up, and I look at it, I'm like, that's weird. Why did it do that? Look over, and I notice there's no time. I'm not seeing the time. I'm not seeing anything from my alarm clock. Look back at my phone and realize, oh, that's why it, because my phone was plugged in or whatever, it lit up because it was stopped getting power. Because of the fact that, yeah, the power went out, and it was out for I don't know how long. I don't remember noticing the time again after, so it was out at least until I fell asleep, probably. Lucky no, I slept terribly because of, you know, I kept, you know, having lightning causing my room to light up, and, well, not like light up, I'd say, but like I kept having like lightning, have flashes of light or whatever, as I was trying to fall asleep, making it impossible to fall asleep for the longest time. Barely last here. 2 furniture, 3 clothing is your guess. Well, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Nothing new yet. We've had 3 copies of base... We've dug up 4 spots so far and had 3 copies of baseball. What is this? So, this top row of 5 pieces of furniture... 5 pieces of furniture, and 4 of them are baseball. Like the NES game baseball. What is that? What even is that? And it... Last maybe 10 to 20 minutes? What, last... Maybe... Is that like what you mean, how much you've missed, or... Yeah. 2 snow cone machines. So far we've only dug up snow cone machines and baseball. The island is trolling us. Oh, thunderstorms. Oh, okay. That's what you mean. Yeah. You're gonna run out of shots to take. Okay, here's something else. A high-end stereo. Yeah. Like I said, don't actually play this drinking game. It can be dangerous, I'm sure. Maybe like if you're doing shots of water, or even then you might get overhydrated. Maple bonsai. No. Okay, at least we're getting other stuff though than like the fact that we're just getting garden pond. No. Yeah. What did Link say? 2 furniture? Classic wardrobe. Drunk for days. Yeah. Nope. Don't need anything classic. A life ring. Like, the top things I'm hoping for are golf and pinball, since those are the 2 NES games I can still get via this method. I have every other NES game I can get via this method. So, and because of those being additional things like I actually need to do stuff with, that's why those are top of the list for me, so. But anything that's new is always good. Anything new is a victory. Luigi trophy. That's new. Not only is it new, it's a Luigi trophy. So that's awesome. 1 new piece of furniture. Awesome. That's normally something you would be able to get from Red. But yeah. Cabana armchair we probably already have. Yep. We have everything from the Cabana series. A wave breaker. Yeah, we've got that. Yay! Yes, yay, yay, yay. Let's hopefully Link's is right and we get another new piece of furniture in here yet. Surfboard though is not new. Beach chair, I don't think that's new. Nope. A worthy painting. I mean, I have all the paintings, so I don't know why I'm even going to look. We know we have all the paintings, so we've completed that wing of the museum. Feeling your bones. Another snow cone machine. Okay. Well, hopefully your bones are trustworthy. Another copy of baseball. Haven't had any Wario's Woods yet today, though, I don't think. Pop machine, I think I already have that. Yep. You're wrong, you'll be sad. Well, hopefully you're not wrong then, because we don't want you being sad. Green lamp, we've got that, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Come on, golf. Give me golf. Or give me death. Wait. A weight bench. Nope. Cabana bed. I think the Cabana series was one I just said we have everything from. Yep. Another copy of baseball. Another beach chair. And so we're down up to row 4 furniture. Another copy of baseball. Green pantry. That we do have, although I'm almost like, wait, what was the thing that Islander wanted again? But it was the green table, I think, right? Yeah. Oh, there's a Wario's Woods. Be careful there, Lynx. Be careful. Lovely Armoire. I think we have everything from the Lovely series, right? Yeah. Another copy of Wario's Woods. So it was like baseball heavy up top and then Wario's Woods along the bottom. The water. It's hot today. Yep, there's another Wario's Woods. And back to baseball. Pond lantern. Don't need that, but... Yep, a ladybug. Already got that, though. See? Right here. Spotted ladybug. We also have that ladybug, which is called a ladybug. Another copy of baseball. Hi-Fi stereo. Yeah, I've already got that. Another copy of baseball. Okay, this is actually like even more ridiculous than usual with the number of baseball and baseball especially. Wario's Woods is not too unexpected numbers, although it is still getting up there. But baseball today is just like, let's just go all out on the baseball. Okay, and then the final two. A white king, I'm pretty sure I have. Okay, it's still possible for Lynx to be right, because we got one new thing. She said 2. We got one last option. One last. The survey says... baseball. So just one new piece of furniture, but that's still more than yesterday. Yesterday we didn't get anything new from the island. So, you know, I will take any kind of victory. But I am sad that Lynx is sad. But now we move on to the clothing section. Cherry shirt we've got. So Lynx guessed 3 for clothing. So fingers crossed. Okay, yesterday we also didn't get any clothing, so... And I think there's 4 pieces of summer clothing we could still get, right? Blue string. Let's see, summer. Let me just quickly look at through the list. Yeah, flowery shirt, loud bloom shirt, loud line shirt, spiderweb shirt. I think that's it. Unless I missed anything. You have a chance with these, exactly. Snow cone shirt. Nope. Twinkle shirt we've already got. Bear shirt is not new. Yeah, because once we get all those 4 I mentioned, I assume I didn't miss any. Blue grid shirt, no. Then we're going to be waiting until fall. Then, once we got those 4, then we can stop doing this until we get to fall. And then, yeah. Hey Emily, welcome in. How's it going? How are you doing? Number 5 shirt. No, not needed. Another twinkle shirt. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are. Green ring shirt. Green ring to rule them all. Met today. Oh, you've broken your hand? That's rough. That sucks. Gonna go get it checked out or anything, or... Because that's definitely... Oh, 1 o'clock. That's definitely rough. Spade shirt. call a spade a spade. Paw shirt. Fair bit of pain. If it's really bad tomorrow, we're going to get checked. Okay. Yeah, well, hopefully... Green sock shirt we've got. Hopefully, it's not too bad. Hopefully it heals quickly and all that. Whether... You know, you have to get it checked out and get anything done or whatnot. Hopefully it goes all smoothly and such. Flame shirt. Come on, Island, just give me the flowery shirt. You know you want to. Natty shirt. Or the loud bloom, or the loud line, or the spiderweb. Chi-Chi print? Nope. You think you broke something, you wait a day to see if you're in pain the next day before you get it checked. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. I've never broken anything, so... Never come up for me. But... Yeah. Caveman tunic. What happened if you want to share? Obviously you don't have to if you don't want to, but... Do that too, don't want to waste hospital times, yeah. Makes sense. Chain gang shirt. Another chain gang shirt. Rest and put ice on it, then if it still hurts, go get x-rays. Oh yeah. Chevron shirt. Little Bros shirt. Got a heated argument with your mom and went and punched a lamppost. Oof. Okay. Okay. That's, yeah, I can definitely see where punching a lamppost would, not, yeah, that would definitely, that could definitely lead to some pain. Green ring. Go to your family doctor before you touch the hospital. Oh, yeah. See, I don't have a family doctor, so... Yeah. Airy shirt, okay. Eight-ball shirt. Yeah, my character has a tan from spending... Because you get a tan from being on the island. And because I spent so much time on the island doing this, my character ends up, you know, really dark as a result. Rose shirt. Stormy shirt. Seven-ball shirt. Makes sense, yeah. Need some time apart, yeah. Spending too much time with someone can definitely, you know... I've definitely had, in the past, like roommates and such that, you know, I was friends with before we were roommates, and, you know, not so much anymore. I mean, in some cases it was just like, you know, some cases it was just like, well, spent less time together, just, you know, not necessarily even because I just you know, over time, you know, sometimes lose touch with people. But I definitely have at least one former, no, at least two former roommates that, you know, although granted, at least one of my former roommates, I definitely have former roommates that I do not care for anymore. And such, after living with them and such. Punched a concrete wall thinking it was a drywall. Ooh, that would be rough, yeah. Yeah. Rugby shirt. Come on, can you just at least give me one new piece of clothing, Island? Puzzling shirt, yeah. Yeah. Might I recommend, though, if you're gonna punch something like a pillow? Or something? That might be a bit easier on your hands. Ooh, your entire knuckle moved to another section of your hand. Oof. Even just reading that sentence. Oh. Flicker shirt. Flicker? I don't even know her. What? Chain gang shirt. Pop Bloom shirt. Pinky Knuckles out of place. Eevee Dragon Gamer, thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated. Welcome on in. How's it going? Okay. G logo shirt. Okay, we have 3 things left, so Lynx could still be correct with her guess of 3 clothing. Great, Arden. Okay, sorry, Lynx. You're no longer correct. You no longer have a chance with your clothing guess. Can we at least get something, though? Yellow bar shirt. Oof. Okay, last piece of clothing. Fingers crossed. Wave print. So no new clothing, but at least we got one new piece of furniture. We got the Luigi trophy. So, you know, progress was still made via the island today. Yeah. And I thought you just gotta take... You gotta take your wins where you can. And, yeah. Let's see now. How long have we been live for? 2 hours, okay. At some point I'm going to take a lunch break, but I don't think I'm going to do that right away. I think I'm still going to wait a bit for that. Maybe in an hour or so I'll take a lunch break. So longer streams, you definitely have to take breaks here and there. What's for lunch? I have no idea. I don't know. I'll figure that out when I go on break. Basically, I'll go look in the freezer, be like, okay, let's just pop this in the microwave and have this. But we'll see. Or I'll just snack on chips, we'll see. Grilled cheese? Nope, don't have any cheese. Okay. Chicken nuggets. Don't have any chicken nuggets. Nope. Oh yeah, I do love chicken nuggets and grilled cheese. Like, those are very good options, just not options I have. Pizza rolls. I do have... pizza pockets. Drop off food if you could. I mean, I have food. I just, like, I did grocery shopping yesterday. Just, you know, a lot of it is things like microwave dinners and, like, you know, just, like, yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, I'll make a deposit. How much are we depositing? I'll just deposit that for now. Don't have them in UK. Pizza bites. I mean, there's a lot of different pizza things. There's like, you know, pizza rolls, pizza bites, pizza pops, pizza pockets, pizza... you know, a lot of different pizza-like things like that. I think, are we going to do some fishing? Actually, no. What we're going to do is we're going to go... I don't have pizza pops. I have pizza pockets. I think, right? Yeah, pizza pockets, like the McCain ones. But they're deluxe because I accidentally bought deluxe. Which have green peppers in them, which I don't like. So... yeah. So I'll eat them eventually, but... because, you know, I bought them, so... I'm gonna eat them. But not sure when. What was I? Oh yeah, I was gonna go do the I was gonna go spend some time with our no, actually no. Right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a bunch of my bass and see what we get for them. One piece of pops now, yeah. Should have actually bought some of those as well, because right now there's the craft... I actually don't know if it's really craft dinner, but like the mac and cheese Pop-Tarts for a limited time. Or bacon mac and cheese, that's what it was. Which are weirdly good. Like, mac and cheese, like, these pizza puffs are weird. Don't make everything small. What's wrong with normal size? I mean, I have an actual pizza in the freezer as well, but, you know, I'm not sure I'm going to have that on break, because that I have to, you know, heat up in the oven and such. So. Caught one. No, darling, why are you talking so slowly? Measure this. 16 inches. Too bad, kiddo. Pierce caught one that was 18 inches. Okay. Well, let's see what we can get, if we can get anything. Why does he talk so slowly, though, when I'm doing this? Let's see if we can't get, the record. So we need at least 18. No, 16 inches. Yes, you already told me Pure Scotland that was 18. I know that. Want to go to the UK so bad. Oh yeah. UK is somewhere I wouldn't mind visiting, although UK is somewhere more that would just be for visiting some people I know and such. I don't know, like there's there's a few, like, I'm sure there's some things in the UK that I wouldn't mind seeing, but UK is a place I'd more want to visit for people than for places. Are all of these 16? But yeah. A tree? A tree in Scotland. Any, a particular tree? Or just any old random tree in Scotland? $13. Oof. That's only... Come on, we need bigger ones, not smaller ones. Number 1 country I'd like to visit is Australia. Number 2 is Japan. Well, 1 square foot of land and they plant a tree for every donation in your name. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I guess. So you're saying tree, at my first thought was something like, just like some, really old, like, tree that's like, well known or something because of its age or size or something, but that makes sense as well. You own 1 square foot of land in Scotland. I mean, that's more land than I own anywhere. I don't own any land. Okay. Probably never will own any land. Well, who knows what the future holds. I need to catch some large bass. These medium ones aren't cutting it. Yeah, and not only is it, like, long, but holding B doesn't even make it go faster. Because, like, with a lot of dialogue, you can kind of skip through it, like, by holding B and such, make it go faster. But his dialogue is slow regardless. Ooh, 18 inches. So I tied the record, at least. You own nothing in Scotland. Everything I own is in Canada, and none of it is land. I mean, pretty sure everything I own is here in my house. Well, basement that not technically it's a basement that I rent, but everything I own is in here, I think. Well, actually no, that's not true, because I have money in the bank, right? But and such. I guess there might be some stuff that I own that's like, I guess, like, digital stuff that might be on servers somewhere outside, that are probably on servers outside Canada, but, yeah. English and Irish, more potentially, you think you may have some French deep in your ancestry. Ah. Oh, talking about ancestry, yeah. Irish, Scottish, and British in your background. Cool, cool. Yeah, I'm Mennonite. That's my background. Okay. Can we get 19? No, 17. I'm thinking 18 might be the max for... I think I read the other day said 17 was the max for regular bass, but we've gotten at least one bass that was 18, so I'm thinking it might be... Well, yeah. But we're going to try all the bass just to be on the safe side. 17, yeah. Just in case we do get a 19 in here with the regular bass. Yeah. Three more. We're not even going to bother with the small bass. And probably not even going to bother with keeping them after today. Probably just sell them, because unless we get up early enough before the record's gone up to even this point, like, it's probably just not worth it. I'm kind of sad, though, because earlier when, like, we first talked to him, the record was at 16. And then at least some of the... Well, I guess... we could have gotten a prize. Oh, now it's up to 19. Kit. Kit has surpassed Pierce. No, you're definitely English, and you know 100% you have Irish due to the fact your nan was born and raised in Ireland. Oh, nice. Okay. $16. Yeah. We're probably gonna have to go with a large bass then. Almost. But we'll try this last one, right? We have one more? Yeah, and see how it goes. Uh, 18. Yeah, we've gotten... Yeah, if we definitely need to do stuff earlier in the day for, like, the regular bass, and maybe even the small bass we could do really early, but... Surname was brought over to the UK during the Norman Empire. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do a bit of fishing here. But also, let me bring up my fish list, because in addition to the stuff we're catching for fishing tourney, there's also, you know, the fish that we need for the museum, which, the piranha and the giant snakehead. So, like, this is the right size of this. Could be a piranha. Guy can eat for days, yep. And I feel that. Or is this... Actually, I think that was medium, not small. So we're going to kind of run back and forth between this acre and this one up here. That's small. The other one was medium. I don't know what I was thinking. So we want to be trying to, at the moment, to catch small, because it could be a piranha. Is it large or very large for the, that one is medium size, right? Probably. Large or very large for the, large bass. And then we're also trying to catch a giant snakehead for the museum, which is very large. And the giant snakehead is only here in this lake. No, not gonna bother with that one. Yeah, And once we hit 4 o'clock, well, I mean, the giant snakehead and the piranha will go away, but then also the, then there will be medium fish, the, arowana. That'll be out for us to potentially catch. Small bass, which we're not even going to bother trying to give to Chip. If none of the bass I gave him were good enough, like, the chance of a small bass being good enough, like... That's just nonsense. Nonsense, I tells ya. Nonsense. So we're gonna do, like, a round of fishing like this. Then I think we're gonna go spend some time with the camper and the tent. See if we can't get something there. And then we'll see what I decide to do next after that. Because we also still need to, at some point, switch to some other characters to do some more of the Gracie stuff. And yeah, there's a lot to do, but we're gonna be going for another, what, 4.5 hours, a little over that, of Animal Crossing. Okay. Now, if... I don't like, though, that Claude is there, because he's blocking off if there's, like, a fish in the middle of the lake. I won't be able to get at it until it, like, you know, without waiting for it to come down. And if it's on the left side of the lake, even that, it doesn't matter, because I don't have to wait regardless. But there's certain ones in the center that I built to reach from the dock that now that Claude is blocking me off from. Okay. And we're not seeing any, like, large fish. We're seeing mostly... I caught a piranha. Which river is this anyway? I'm glad I didn't take a dip. Awesome. Okay, now we're not going to take it off the list until I go donate it. But we're going to go donate it right now. And then we're going to come back. And so now we're not even going to be trying to catch small fish anymore. Because we don't need them. Oh, that's awesome. Victory. Oh, Blathers! No worries. But you're gonna want to see this. We've got a piranha. Who indeed? Woohoo, a piranha, I believe. Dear me, my mind boggles. I had no inkling that we had such frightfully dangerous fish in these waters. I suppose that would indicate they're not as lethal as they are made out to be. Or are they trying to lull us? Have no fear, we'll look after your sharp-toothed friend, for everyone's sake. Give our deepest, most profound gratitude. Anything else? No. So, we got ourselves a piranha. Yay, yes, thank you for the congrats. Well, let me just update my percentage number. So let me just quickly count to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, so there's 6 more that I still need. We're at 34 out of 40, which puts us at 85%. Okay. Just 2 more fish until that are still available this month that we still need. The arowana and the giant snakehead. Then we're waiting till July for the arapaima and the sweetfish. Till August for the jellyfish, until September for the salmon. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so now we don't want anything small or medium. We want large and very large. We don't want carp either, but unfortunately we can't tell what the fish is until we pull it up. Until we catch it. Nope, that's too small. No interest in that. That one's large and in charge. But just another carp. Okay, room for one more in my inventory. That one's too small. That one's too small. Can't tell if that's medium or large, but it's far enough away that I'm not going to wait for it. That's large. Barbel steed, at least not another carp. Okay, that's a full inventory. Let's go unload that on Nook. And then we're gonna go, I think, play some games with our friend in the tent for a little bit. Like to sell, sell, sell. Okay. Now, what we're going to do... Well, I'm going to quickly look up... Ooh, we will try to catch this just before we go down to the tent. Oh! Large bass. Glad I decided to catch that. Oh, chip. I caught one. Let's see. That's what I call a good meal, or a good fish. Good catch. I can hardly wait. Let's measure this beauty. Let's see, 21 inches. Chomptacular, listen up. We have ourselves a winner. You've broken Kit's record of 19 inches. You're the champ. Best. Top dog. Well, top whatever. Impressively done, really. Congratulations to you, kiddo. And now you're mine, Mr. Bass. All mine. Your own. Okay, so we're currently the winner, but the fishing tourney isn't done yet, so somebody else could still get ahead of me. Okay. Cherry shirt. Okay, well that answers the one question I had. So, that's something that I already have. So the stuff that you win for just getting a new record can be stuff you already have. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. good to know, though. However, so now the next question is the prize that you get for like having the biggest at the end of the tourney. Is that something that is going to be new? Okay, so first what we're going to do here is we are going to actually let's see if I take out 30,000 bags. That way, when she takes all my money, it's not going to be too much money. But yeah. Okay, so I don't think I have enough money to play a game. So we're gonna pick up one of the 30,000 bags, turn it into 3 10,000s and drop. So then take out 2 10,000s and drop both of those. And then we'll try again. Oh, there we go, yes. Okay. Sure. Green tent, yellow sleeping bag, put them in bright red backpack. When I was out hiking the first day, I saw a brown reindeer in a red suit and I gave him a banana to eat. So here's my question. What color was the banana? What did everyone think? Let's hear your guesses in chat. Because no, she didn't say what color the banana was in her story, so we have to guess. Although what I should maybe do is I should just choose one of the colors and just guess that one each time. Because it's going to be random. See, yeah, like I said, what you remember doesn't matter. Because she doesn't mention anything about the banana. Brown? Okay. Brown. Deal is a deal. Wallpaper. Is it only wallpaper that she can give you? Because that was all we were getting yesterday as well. I wonder if the prize depends on who it is. Or if the prize depends on if you're right or not. I should put that in my wallet. So we'll just do brown every time. That way, eventually, we should be right. Colors constantly. No. The story is always the same. It's completely random. There is no way. I was right. Okay, that was furniture. A mop. Do I need a mop? I don't. But at least it wasn't a wallpaper again, so at least we know that, yeah, this does work. Okay. I'm just gonna guess brown every time. Just be consistent. Because if we keep guessing different things, I might be, like, wrong every time. If I keep guessing the same thing, I'll at least be right some of the time. Mosaic wall. And I think that's pretty decent logic. Sure. Oh, okay. So this one is going differently. If I get the... Alright, pay. Sure. A lot of fun. Did a little fishing, even caught a bluegill. Saw this really neat purple butterfly. Looked across a bear who was sleeping in the middle of the day. Now that was funny. So whose season did I go camping in? Summer. Huh. That one I'm wondering if there is actually a, like, thing to it, because the purple butterfly is available, like, currently and such. So... How do you knock on a tent? Because, like... tent isn't really super solid. Okay. Brown. Okay. And if I'm wrong, it seems that the prize is always a wallpaper. And starting with M. I don't know if that's just coincidence or not. But it might be. Because I haven't been able to find a whole lot of information online about, like, the games you play with the campers and such. Most of what I've found is, like, you know, just people talking about on message boards. But, you know, even then it's very little that I found. Yeah, still wallpaper. Concrete wall. Okay, well at least it's not another one starting with the letter M. So at least we know it's not just automatically M wallpapers, which would be a rather weird thing if it was. It was just, you know, being coincidence kind of makes sense. I mean, there are a lot of wallpapers that start with the letter M, so that's kind of like... makes sense that there's a bit of a coincidence with that, but yeah. Okay. Yeah. I have seen brown bananas before. I can have the prize. For cheap, okay. Well, that was very cheap. What is it? Elephant slide. No, I don't think I need that, no. See, there's certain furniture that you can only get by doing this, which is, of course, what I really want. Sure. So this is that one, okay. A lot of fun, did a little fishing, even caught a bluegill. Really neat purple butterfly. Oh, the bear sleeping would indicate winter, and then bluegill. No, bluegill doesn't indicate anything specifically. Okay, so I just got lucky last time on it being summer being right, but we'll go with summer each time. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, more than enough. Let's keep it up. Sure. Okay. Main thing is I just want, though, the other game where we get stuff from her. Although this is working out pretty nicely for us at the moment. If she wants to play another game where she sells me something or gives me something. Problem is there's other dialogue beyond just the games, otherwise. Yeah. You're starting off with the right dialogue there. The knocking dialogue. But we need to go to the gaming after that. Come on, Liz. Come on, Liz. There we go. Another game. Okay. Yeah. I know the rules, just... Yeah. Come on. Brown. Okay. An elf. Oh, Keiko figurine. Elf I was with last time. Right. Keiko figurine. Don't think I need that though. Nope. Need a kayak. That's one of the things we can get from campers. Come on. I need a kayak. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to knock. There we go. Play a game, yes. Yep. Let's do this. Okay, yep. Blah, blah, blah. She mentions all 4 of the colors. So that's, you know... you're not paying attention, you're like... Ah, carpet. Don't need carpets. What kind of carpet is it, though? Cabin rug. Oh, cool, cool. Sure. Really need purple butterfly. I'm just kind of jealous because of the fact that she saw a purple butterfly and I still need one of those. How much is my money out at this point? Yeah, I'm gonna actually go drop another 1,000 bells out here. Or 10,000. I don't know how much we specifically need to play the game where we get something off of her, but gonna try with this. Okay, or we get more money. Potentially. It's obviously it's a gamble. Okay. That's fine. No, that's not what we wanted. Okay. Play more games. Come on, Liz. Yeah. Yeah. There's only 2 more things she can potentially, like, ask for that game, so should hopefully have a better chance of getting where the games where we get something off of her. If we even get that. Now she's not even... Problem is because there's... It's very random. It's very much RNG what she says each time. So... Oh. Knock, yeah. No. We need the game. We need that. You're supposed to knock before coming in. Now she's not doing either. But it could just be a bad RNG. Knock first next time. There we go. Play game. Yes. So yeah, so we're not too low on money then for that. Green, yellow, red, brown, red. So there's 2 things mentioned that are red, interestingly. Okay. Yeah. We only seem to get wallpaper if we, like,